Good afternoon with Newsline Weather. I'm Jessica Glasgow. Well, it was another mild evening last night, and I was pleased to see it held right through until this morning when I stepped outside. We can look forward to more of these above average temperatures. With that, let's take a look at our current conditions. Right now in Brandon, there are a few clouds in the sky and we are sitting at 4 degrees. Winds are coming from the east at 7 kilometers an hour. This evening will be another mild one with temperatures falling to just above the 0 mark. We'll sit at 1 degree. Winds will be out of the south at 5 kilometers an hour, making it a fairly calm evening, and the sky will be clear. Overnight, the temperature will dip down to a low of -5, and the winds will stay at 5 kilometers an hour, but switch directions and come from the west, bringing just a few clouds with them, but the sky will stay mainly clear. Taking a look at our satellite image, the prairies are fairly free of cloud cover, and Manitoba seems to be escaping any at all. Turning to our radar image now, there isn't too much going on over Western Canada. There are a few small cells of precipitation scattered across the prairies, but nothing to be too concerned about. Looking into our 3-day forecast, Thursday has a high of 7 and a low of -8. Winds will be from the northwest at 10 kilometers an hour, and there will be some cloudy periods. Friday also has a high of 7 and a low of -8. Winds will be from the west at 15 kilometers an hour, and the sky will be sunny. Saturday has a high of 6 and a low of -4. Winds will be out of the south at 20 kilometers an hour, and the sky will be mainly sunny. Taking a look at around the region, Winnipeg is in at 5 as well as Portage. Dauphin is in at 7, Neepawa is at 3, Carberry is at 6, and Killarney is at 4. Minnedosa is at 3, and Verdun is also at 4. As many of you have probably noticed, our temperatures are well above average lately. Seasonal norms at this time of year are a high of -2 and a low of -11. Record temperatures on this day were a high of 10.7 in 1982 and a low of -29.4 way back in 1978. Once again in the Wheat City, we have a few clouds and it's 4 degrees. The winds are coming out of the east at 7 kilometers an hour. That's all for weather. Stay tuned. Mike's up next with Newsline Sports.
Good afternoon with Newsline Sports. I'm Michael Gribben. The Brandon Wheat Kings opened up a mini 2-game road trip last night in Medicine Hat against the Tigers. Newsline's Brent Harder has the highlights.
Wheat Kings into Medicine Hat on Tuesday night for a big game with the Tigers. They opened the scoring early on. Scott Glennie showing off his speedy dishes to Scott Glennie. Back to Shen, a tap in past Devin Dubik. It's 1-0 Brandon just 90 seconds in. Tigers respond on the power play. Zdenek Okel with a drive past Andrew Hayes. Ties it up 1-1 after the first. Jump to the second now where the Wheat Kings try to take the lead, but they can't because of a big save by Devin Dubik. He robs Scott Glennie right in front of the net before it crosses the line, keeping us tied. Tigers respond just shortly afterwards. Lyndon Bay pots his 11th on the rebound to the short side on Hayes. And then just 44 seconds later, Matt McKay gobbles up some garbage in front of the net, his 11th also of the season, and it's 3-1 Medicine Hat. Wheat Kings cut the lead in half before the period's over. Alexander Urbaum finds paper with a big shot from the line, his 4th of the year, and it was 3-2 after 2. Third period now, the Tigers restore the 2-goal advantage on the power play. Breton Cameron finds loose puck in front of the net. It's already his 21st of the year. How about that? Tigers up by a pair. Wheat Kings get one back as Darren Bestland gets his 1st of the year on a rocket from the line, but that's as close as the Wheat Kings to come on this night. They fall 4-3 to Medicine Hat.
The Wheat Kings are back in action tonight in Swift Current. There were 3 fights in the opening 20 minutes in Ottawa, and there was also some scoring, as Mike Fisher had a pair for the Senators in a 3-2 victory over Toronto. His second goal snapped a 2-2 tie in the second period, while Ottawa's Pascal Leclerc stopped 30 shots, including 15 in the third period when the Maple Leafs were pressing for the tying goal. Phil Kessel scored for the Leafs to extend his point-scoring streak to 6 games, during which he has 5 goals and 3 assists. Ryan Wilson got his first career NHL points against the team that traded him away. The Colorado defenseman had a goal and an assist to help the Avalanche to a 3-2 victory at Calgary. Wilson originally signed with the Flames as a free agent on July 1st of 2008, but was traded to the Avalanche last March as part of the trade that brought defenseman Jordan Leopold to Calgary. Binscarth, Manitoba native Cody McLeod also scored for the Avalanche. Jerome McGinley scored a goal for the 7th time in the last 8 games to pace the Flames. Elsewhere in the NHL, Alex Ovechkin scored a goal in his return from injury as Washington doubled the New York Rangers 4-2. Montreal snuck past Carolina 3-2 in a shootout, while Nashville edged out San Jose 4-3. The Buffalo Bills are the first NFL team to make a coaching change this season. Dick Giron was fired after a 3-6 start and replaced on an interim basis by the team's defensive coordinator Perry Fowle. The move was made during the players' day off and after Buffalo stumbled out of its bye week to fall further out of contention with a 41-17 loss at Tennessee. The Bills visit Jacksonville on Sunday. An all-Neepawa matchup highlights this evening's draw in the Brandon Westman Super League of Curling. Defending champion Kelly Robertson, who sports a 4-1 record, will take on 3-2 Jerry Chudley. Terry McNamee and William Lyburn lead the field with records of 5-1. McNamee will face Ken Lon, while Lyburn will duke it out with Travis Taylor. You can watch all the action right here on WCG-TV beginning at 8:30. And Charles, that's all we have for sports.
Thanks, Mike. And another Wheaties loss. Those guys need to turn things around quickly.
Yeah, they need to get something going soon because they're probably going to lose 3 players right away to the World Junior qualifiers.
Yeah, you make a good point with Glennie, Shannon Roback all set to leave for the World Junior Evaluation Camp right away. And that'll do it for today's show. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for Brandon's only TV newscast, Westman Newsline. Good. Perfect.